Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a necklace using products from Sam's Bead Box. So Sam has actually just put out his very first bead box. It is the March edition, and I am so excited to be able to have this box. It is just amazing. It was all check glass this month. Now I'm not sure if it's going to be all check glass every month. He has talked about adding in some metals and just different, some gemstone beads as well. So I think it's going to vary from month to month. What I do know is that Sam has very, very, very high quality items, and it's just going to be a great box no matter what's in it. He will do a great job. So if you watch my unboxing, you will have seen a lot of beautiful blues and greens. It was all check glass. There were a lot of petals, leaves. It's just a beautiful, beautiful box. So today we're going to make a necklace. If you're interested in subscribing to Sam's Bead Box, you can go to samsbeadbox.com and you can use coupon code Wendy, and that will get you $5 off of your first box. If he only has a limited number of these boxes available, so if it is sold out and you want to go ahead and join the mailing list to get in on April's subscription box, you can go to joinsamsbeadshop.com and sign up, and that will put you on the mailing list, so he will let you know when April's box is open for new subscriptions. Okay, the box is $39 a month plus shipping, but like I said, if you use coupon code Wendy, it will get you $5 off of your first box. I will provide a link in the description box below for all of this and for my unboxing if you want to watch that and see what was in this box. So it's a really great deal. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need if you want to make this is you're going to need the leaf, both leaf pendant pieces from the box. You are going to need a mixture, and I'm using a mixture of these daggers in the peridot and this light sapphire color. I'm just going to mix, and there's a bunch of these little beads. So these were actually the bicones that I loved so much. They're aqua and peridot mix. They're beautiful, and they match perfectly with these colors. So we're going to use a bunch of those little beads that came in the mixes and just the box itself. You're going to need a length of Coriana chain, and I have already finished. I actually took a necklace apart, so that's why one end of this is finished. But you're going to need a crimp bead and a clamshell cover to finish this other end. And I don't know how long this is. Let me measure it, and I will tell you. But we may end up cutting it. I may not do it this long. I just grabbed this piece out of my scraps. So it's like little over 10.5 inches. And then I've got this chain here, and I got this at either Joann's or Michael's when they had a big sale. And this is going to be kind of like a boho style mixed chains and stuff like that. So we're going to need a piece of that. And then I have this Rollo chain, and I actually got this when AC Moore went out of business. So we're going to use it as well. I have some tiny silver spacers here. I have a lobster. I have an eye pin. I have a pinch bail, and you're going to need two. I've already created this little dangle to see if the pinch bail would work on these leaves, and it does. It works really good. If you close it up really tight, then you don't have any trouble with it coming apart. Now, you could even put some glue in there, but this is pretty solid. So I have another pinch bail. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar. I have some bead caps, and I think that's everything. A lobster, I said that. And your jewelry tools, and you may need some jump rings. So I think that's everything. If not, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of Coriana chain, and we're going to string our beads on. Now, this is why I love Coriana chain. You can string directly on this. I haven't met too many beads that won't go on it. I have met a few, but not too many beads that won't go on this chain. So I am actually going to want my daggers to be kind of in the middle. So I'm just going to lay out a little bit of a pattern here ahead of time so I can see what I've got, because this is a little bit of a mixture of beads, and I want it to look symmetrical. So let's see what we got here. We've got a bunch of these little daggers, which I think are going to be really cute, hanging from this chain. And I just want to make sure that I get a decent pattern. And let's see, we probably won't be using him then. We've got these two and these two bigger beads. Then I definitely want to mix some of these little bicones in here because I really love the color of these. I think they're so pretty. see. Maybe one right there. Okay, I will do some spacers probably in between as well. Then let's see, we've got these green bicones can go here, the blue bicones can go here, and that may be all I use, we'll see. Maybe. I'm going to lay the rest of these up here just kind of out of the way, and as we string, I may add more. Well, I kind of have to do it because I've closed off one end, so I kind of have to figure it out before I string. Okay, that's all right. I'm going to use one of these bicones on this, so I've got that set aside. I do really like these blues. I may stick these two blue beads on the end right here. And that's probably about all I'm going to do. Maybe one of these if I'm feeling, yeah. I do want it to cover this pretty much the whole strand. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a silver spacer on. Let me grab my glasses. Okay. It's kind of funny how when you pick up something, you immediately know that you've forgotten your glasses. And if you can see this Coriana chain right here, let me show you this if I can. If you can see the end of it right there is kind of split. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Come on, there we go. Well, it tried to. The end of it is split a little bit. There we go. See that? That happens sometimes when you cut it. And it's really hard to string your beads on, obviously, with it like that. So if you find that yours is split a little, just take your cutters and cut it at an angle, and that should fix that. And then you won't have nearly as much trouble stringing your beads on there. Alright, so we're going to put a spacer bead. Then I'm going to do this peridot and blue mixed bicone. Okay. I'm going to do this blue swirly bead. Okay, another peridot and blue mixed bicone. One of the plain green bicones. And then we've got these big beads, and I do want to layer, I'm going to put bead caps on these, so I'm going to do a bead cap facing the bead, the blue bead, a bead cap facing the bead again, and then a bead cap facing away from the bead. The green bead, the bead cap facing the green bead, and a silver spacer. On there now. There we go. Okay, so here's what we've got so far. Okay, and now I'm going to start putting some of these daggers on. So I'm going to use the big green dagger, maybe. And this peridot bicone. And if you find that the chain doesn't want to go in one end, just turn your bead around. Sometimes, I don't know why it makes a difference, but it does. And then, do I want to do a spacer? No, I'm just going to string them on. We'll do this light blue bicone or dagger. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, and then we'll do the green. Now, I think I am going to put a spacer. I don't want these to lay too, I want them to have a little bit of space in between. Not a lot, but just a little. I just don't want them laying right on top of each other. So let's go ahead and put a little spacer there. We'll do this guy. and another spacer. And that does look better. Oops. Okay. Then we'll do this little blue one. Yeah, they definitely need the little spacers in between, especially on the big ones. Then I'm going to do another green bicone just to keep in with this pattern that I've got going here, because that looks better, I think, if I do it that way. And then I'll do this other dagger. Yeah, this is really cute. Okay. Let's see. Now I'll do this blue bicone. And I'll do the little skinny blue dagger again. And then a spacer bead on each side of him. Whoops. Do I need? No. Okay. Then a spacer bead, and then this green leafy one, and then a spacer bead. So there's that. And this green this one's kind of shaped more like a leaf than a dagger. Okay. And then one more spacer bead. Okay, so there's what we have so far. Now I need another blue one. Okay, and then the pattern is going to kind of need to repeat itself back up the other side. So I'll put this bicone. My cone bead here, or dagger bead. And then I need a green bicone. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I have enough of these. Let me see if I have some more of these blue. I think I do, actually. To repeat the pattern back up the other side, I'm going to need a couple more of those. I do. Here's one. Okay, good. Scared me there for a second. Okay, so I've got this. The green bicone's what I was putting on. Okay, and then I need another one of these guys. Do I have another one of these guys? Let's see. No, I don't. No, I don't. What am I thinking? Okay, goodness. All right, I need a spacer. I didn't even need the other blue ones. What was I thinking? I don't know. Oh well. It's working out anyway. Okay. And then we'll put our bead cap on, our green bead, our bead cap, and then our bead cap back to back with the other one, our blue bead, and our other bead cap. Okay, so there we have that. Now I need the green bicone, the mixed bicone, a blue bicone. This one just blue? Yeah, I think. No, that's this bead, isn't it? Yep, it's this swirly bead. And the mixed bicone. Alright, and a spacer. And a spacer bead here. Okay, so there's our little beaded section. Now, I could, if I wanted, move this down and let some of this chain show. I like this Coriana. I think it's very pretty. So depending on the length that I need this to be, I may let some of that show. We're going to go ahead and make our little, our other little leaf here. So, where did my pinch bell go? Huh. Is it caught in this chain? Did I misplace the pinch bell? I just had the pinch bell. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. Goodness. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's put the pinch bell on. So you do this by just inserting one of the little prongs in one hole, bending it until it inserts in the other hole. And you can take your pliers and kind of reinforce it. And it makes a perfect little bell for these leaves. And I think it's pretty secure. It's not coming out. You know, because I can feel them touching inside, so they're in there pretty good. And then we're just going to take an eye pin and we're going to create a little dangle here. So I'm going to put this bead cap going down and this one going up like this, and then this bicone on top like this. And then I could do another bead cap going down if I wanted. No, I think I like it just plain. So here we have this, and I'm going to make this one a little shorter than the other one because I want them to hang kind of asymmetrical. I don't want them just right side by side. So I'm just going to create a loop. I make a 90-degree bend with my plier, and then I'm just going to take my round nose pliers and roll this back. Just like this. Okay. And there's a little loop. And we're just going to go ahead and attach this. I am going to use a jump ring to attach it with. And I'm just going to attach it right here to this little dangle, right to the pinch bell. And close it up. And there we have our other little dangle. And I'm going to have them hanging kind of like this, hopefully. Whoops, I just hit the camera, sorry. Okay, so we have this together here, and I'm just trying to decide how I want this to lay. And I lay it out on my table in front of me and just kind of shape it like you were wearing it and just see where I want these to hang. So I think that I'm going to hook both. I'm going to hook this one on here and this one on here, and we'll see how that does. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, grab my crimp bead and my clamshell. I'm losing my stuff here. My bead mat's kind of a mess. My whole craft room's a mess right now, unfortunately, because moving, I can't decide what I want to pack, what I want to get rid of. I mean, I'm trying to scale down quite a bit, but I can't decide what I need to pack and what I need to have with me out all the time. I don't know. So anyway, because we're going to have a few days before we get into the new house. If we get into the new house, we may not. We're having issues, but anyway, so put your clamshell cover on and then put your crimp bead on. Move this up to the end of your chain and go ahead and just crimp it down just like that. And then you're going to put your clamshell up here and just close him right up over the end of that. Okay? So here's what you got. Now, let's look at it and see. So if I lay it out here like this, if I was wearing it, it would be kind of like this. And I debated crimping. A lot of times with this Coriana chain, I like to crimp these in place, but I didn't do it, but I might regret that. We'll see. Okay, so if I hook this on here, how low do I want this to hang? I think I want it to hang on this one. So, or do I want it to hang on this one? No, I think I want it to hang on this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this link off here. I can get it in there. I've lost my tweezer nose pliers and I'm so upset. I hope I find them when we pack the room up, but they're gone. Okay, so I'm going to lay this out flat and I'm going to take a jump ring and I'm going to hook a jump ring. I'm going to hook this to each one of these with a jump ring. And the reason I'm using a jump ring and didn't just, well, I have to use a jump ring because these won't open, so. But it also gives me the option. If I did have a different kind of link, I could, and you use a jump ring, you've always got the option to take it back off if you don't like the way it hangs. So I'm going to attach it right here. And I want to make sure when I do this that this chain is laying flat and that this is on the outside of this chain, of this little ring here. And you want to do that the same on both sides, and just make sure that they are, make sure it's laying flat, and make sure that this is hanging on the outside of your connector here. And that'll just keep this from getting twisted up or anything. You want them to be exactly the same. You don't want one to be on the inside of that connector and the other one to be on the outside when you're wearing it. That would look weird. So here's what we have. Now when I hold it up, I like where it's hanging. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my other chain here, and I'm going to hook it on right here, and I'm going to go up the sides with this chain. So what you need to do is decide how long you want this to be. You have to know kind of how long you want your necklace to be. I want this to be fairly short because I want this necklace to hang, you know, up toward my collarbone more than long. It's just not, this style I don't think is meant to be real long. So I'm going to just clip this. I'm just guessing. I've done this, you know, enough to where I can kind of guess my length. And I'm just going to get the other one up here next to it and clip it as well. Okay, just like that. Now, let me pull this down so you can see what I'm doing. But all I'm going to do now, and you know, you could create a little beaded link. That would be kind of pretty in this. There's lots of different things you could do. Like you could do a little beaded link here and attach this, which I don't think I want to do that. That would be cute, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to attach it with my jump rings directly on to that circle. One on each side, and make sure that you see these have 3 short links and a long link. Make sure you attach that the same on both sides. Attach it to the long link on both sides, or the short one, whichever way you want to do it, but it just needs to match. Okay, and then let's go ahead and attach this one using the long link. Okay, now I've got my necklace pretty much done here. I'm going to take my 2 leaf dangles, and what I want for them to do is just to dangle right here off this one side. I'm not going to put the one on each side. I want it to be asymmetrical. So I'm going to take a jump ring, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this first one. Actually, it has a jump ring on it already. So I'm going to attach this first one directly to the little link on my chain. So right onto here. Okay. Just like that. And then my second one, I'm going to attach facing this one. I want them to be kind of one facing the other one, and I'm going to attach it to this ring down here. And I'm going to use a jump ring. So I'm just attaching it to the link below the first one. Right here. Just like this. Make sure that's closed really well. And see, it's going to hang on one side, and it's just going to be asymmetrical over here. And I like that. I know asymmetrical bothers a lot of people. And if you don't like it, you don't have to do it, but I do like it. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and attach our clasp. So I have this lobster, and actually I have a ring already on here, a little, what you call it, jump ring. And I have some other chain. Let's see, I may take a ring off of this chain. Do I have a, yeah. I'm going to just remove this little piece off of here, this little link. And I'm just going to take this little loop off, and this can be the loop for my lobster to clasp onto. Okay, so I'm going to attach that with a jump ring to my other chain, my regular chain here. Just attach that right on, and then I'm going to attach my lobster. There's already a jump ring on here, and it's a nice thick one, and I like to attach lobsters with nice thick jump rings. So I'm just going to go ahead and open it and stick him right on there. And that is our finished necklace. So I am going to put this on a form so you can see it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so please ignore the mess in the background. Like I said, packing, trying to sort through things. But here is our finished necklace. And so this is a little bit crooked. But I love this. I think it turned out really good. Well, let me fix that. It's going to bug me. Okay, so I fixed it a little bit. If I had it to do over again, I would go back. I would even this on the chain to where this is right in the center. And I would crimp them just so it won't move. Because right now, these are sliding around. And unless you adjust them, they're going to slide around. And I want them to sit right where they need to sit. So I'll probably remove that piece and crimp that, take it off and crimp it, and then reattach it. So anyway, you can do that up front and save yourself the trouble. But I think it turned out really cute. I love these little leaf dangles. I like the way they dangle asymmetrically on one side. And yeah, I love this. So if you're interested in subscribing to Sam's Bead Box, I will have links in the description box below. And again, coupon Wendy, code Wendy will get you $5 off of your first box. So yeah, I love it. I love Sam's Bead Box. It's going to be great. This is the very first one, so get in on it on the very beginning. All right, I'm going to get off here and get some other things done, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!